The Giants broke out the brooms this weekend against the Phillies, relying on a combination of outstanding performances on the mound and timely hitting at the plate. Now they look to keep things rolling into the next series against a division rival. It's the Giants taking on the D-backs, and it's next.
The homestand continues on this Monday night. The Giants welcome in the Arizona Diamondbacks. This is game one of a three-game series. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, and it's powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants, they took care of the Phillies. They're out of town. And now the National League West. The first place, Arizona Diamondbacks come in, and the Giants have a chance now to pick up ground quickly.
Well, when you play your division leader, you indeed have that opportunity. They'll give the ball to Derek Holland, who in 10 of his starts this year, he's allowed 4 runs or less. Why is that significant? Well, the Giants rank second in the league in hitting. They're hitting 262 as a group. The Diamondbacks, they're hitting 217. They're dead last. So it figures to be all about pitching. Well, the guy that you're going to face tonight for the D-backs, Zach Godley, the last time he saw the Giants, he was dominant, went 7 innings, and he struck out 9. The losing pitcher was Derek Holland, who pitched well. They lost that ball game 2-1. So we'll see how it fares.
And in the starting lineup in left field is a Giant favorite, and that's Hunter Pence. Should be fun here at the Yard tonight on this Monday night. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
area is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Jack in the Box. Try the new Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family. Only at Jack in the Box.
Back here at AT&T Park on a cool night. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Hey, get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 60 degrees. You see the winds and humidity, and it is a breezy night. Let's take a quick look, and now the third base coach of the Rockies forgot his helmet. So we're going to have time, as that's the former Giant Tony Perez-Chica. Here's the D-backs lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Ahmed to lead it off, then Peralta, who's hot right now. Goldschmidt, Murphy, and then Lamb. Owings is going to hit in the 6th slot. Then it's Marte, Dyson, and Godley.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the left-handed veteran Derek Holland. This is his 12th start, and these are his numbers: 3 and 6 with a 4.94 ERA.
And the first pitch of the ball game is a call strike.
Holland, a 4-pitch guy. In his 10th year at the big league level, this is how he uses his stuff. About half the time you're going to see a fastball he'll 2 and 4 seam with movements with. Curveball, slider, changeup. Go get him.
Ahmed hitting .210 with 8 home runs, 25 runs batted in. This is not a Diamondbacks team that has a great team batting average, but they're in first place. And they've won 3 straight. 1 and 2.
Good quick little breaking ball. Second time that Holland has faced the Diamondbacks, and remember the first time he faced him was earlier this year when he faced Zach Godley, who he'll face tonight, the starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks. In that game, Holland got beat 2-1, but he pitched well.
And a swing and a miss, and that's how this game gets started.
Let's take a look at the Giants defensively tonight, starting in their outfield from left to right. We welcome back Hunter Pence, his first start since coming off the DL, joined by Hernandez and McCutchen. Crawford, Longoria, they'll be on the left side of the infield. Panic and Sandoval on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. 5 Gold Glovers on the field tonight for the Giants.
Here's Peralta. Home plate umpire who called that strike is Lance Barrett. Then it's Randazzo, Welke, and Knight.
Lance Barrett, low ball umpire, but he's got a pretty big zone, and he'll give you a few belts. Good zone to pitch to.
0-2. Give you a few belts. Maybe even after the game, he'll pay for a few belts. What do you think?
A few belts are always good.
0-2. And 3 pitches, and see you later.
Oh, he guessed wrong at least 2 times in that at bat. It's our pitchcast brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company, and that's a fastball right down the throat.
It's almost as if Peralta saw how far Buster was sitting off the plate. And he said, yeah, well, this can't be a strike. Here's Goldschmidt. Not an accusation. Here's what we're talking about. Look how far Buster's off the plate.
Oh, he wanted it. I mean, he didn't want to throw it across the plate. I mean, this wound up being a great mistake. But Peralta, I mean, he had to be thinking breaking ball. I mean, you can't take a fastball like that, an 0-2 count. And then the other way to explain that is he just didn't see it. As you see the center field batter eyes, still got some sun on it.
Goldschmidt at 208. One and 2.
Goldschmidt has struck out 72 times on the year, and that's the most in the National League.
Two and 2. Got him. Holland strikes out the side. Panic's going to lead things off. Airlines. It'll be Panic in the leadoff spot, then Posey, McCutcheon, and the cleanup hitter Brandon Crawford. Longoria will hit 5th. Then it's the Panda and then Hunter Pence. Welcome back, Hunter Pence, and he's got a little ownage on Godley. Hernandez 8th and Holland 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Arizona Diamondbacks will be the right-hander Zach Godley. Big guy, 6'3", 240-pounder in his second year at the big league level. Godley, who is 28 years of age, this is what he's done in 11 starts, 5-4 with a 4.380 ERA. He's got a low 90s fastball. He'll cut the ball, he'll sink it. He's got a changeup, but a great curveball, and you'll see a lot of them. Throws it almost as much as the fastball.
And the last time we saw him, he had very, very long hair.
Well, they went in the slump and cut off his hair.
Panic hitting .297, and he takes high and wide 2-0. With Buster Posey to follow. And a strike, so he can't throw the fastball for a strike.
Well, and he throws that curveball and a fastball count, 2-0. Ballpark tonight's got carry to center, left center. Pretty much the normal conditions you see here at AT&T. Winds, just a steady breeze heading out that way. Tough to hit the ball out to right field if you're right-handed.
Out of play.
Let's check out the Arizona Diamondbacks defensively. From left to right in the outfield, it'll be Peralta, Dyson, and Owings. Good arms in center and in right field. Ahmed and Lamb on the left side of the infield. Marte and Goldschmidt on the right side. John Ryan Murphy. He'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
And there's that fastball again. That's wide, 3-2. Here's the payoff. Foul. To him, a breaking ball.
Got a man making a play down there.
And the 3-2. On the ground on one hop to Nick Ahmed. And his throw is just in time.
Pretty nice recovery there from Ahmed. When he had the exchange, taking his bare hand out of his glove, he loses the ball right there. And then he regrips and still has enough on it to get Joe Panic. So there was a little panic on that play.
There was. Here's Buster Posey. Buster at 303. He's got 4 home runs. He's got 21 runs batted in. 3 for 5 lifetime against Zach Godley. Fouls this one back. Hit a home run in the 8th inning yesterday.
Now, this is after a couple balls were thrown in, almost hit him twice. So I got to believe that trot around the bags felt pretty good.
I believe you're right. Tap foul. 1 and 2.
The Bumgarner Posey combination. And tomorrow night we will see Madison Bumgarner.
And Buster Posey with that patented, I'm just going to go the other way swing. And that's the first hit in the game.
Well, with Andrew McCutcheon coming up, I ask you, how far would you go for a Togo? Brought to you by Togo's Pretzel Rami. And yesterday, in a 2-strike count off of Jake Arrieta, in a 2-1 ball game, he does this. His 3-run homer to right field, just keeping it inside the foul pole. 336 feet was the distance, and it was the hit that put the game away. That's our Togo's Pretzel Rummy.
He's 4 for 7 lifetime against Godley. And he taps it foul. With Brandon Crawford to follow, we are in the bottom of the 1st inning here on this Monday night, early part of June. That's an I can't see swing right there.
That's an I can't see swing, indeed. Take a look at the hot and cold zone. Really been pretty good above, at the belt and above. Likes that high pitch. Right down the middle, hit 389 as he should.
So McCutcheon out swinging. And with 2 outs, here's Crawford.
Well, this is the curveball we're talking about from Godley, and it is one of the bigger ones and one of the quicker ones in all of the National League West. I mean, it is a lethal curveball, and he throws a lot of them. The only guy that throws more curveballs than him in the National League is Rich Hill, the left-hander with the Dodgers.
Here's Crawford hitting at 314. He's got 6 home runs, 24 runs batted in. No overshift, but Ahmed playing Crawford to pull. And to strike, there are only a handful of games around the major leagues today. New York and Detroit are playing a doubleheader. Angels in Kansas City. San Diego just underway, and the Braves, and that's it. Crawford got hit. Yes.
One hopper that just came up and hit him, it looked like in the leg or high in the thigh.
Well, if you're going to get hit, that's how you get hit.
Yeah, off of one hopper. I see exactly where it gets him.
Back of the leg, maybe?
Yeah, it's just kind of skimmed off both legs. Yeah, if you're going to get hit that's how you get hit.
Here's Longoria. RBI opportunity here in the first, hitting at 255. And he takes a strike. Right off the bat, he sees the curveball.
When he's got count leverage, he hits 324. When the pitcher has count leverage, he hits 212. Longoria's not going to like that one. Not many hitters will. That's a little wraparound backdoor sinker. We talked about Lance Bear. I mean, he's got some width to his strike zone. It's a good one to pitch to, and there's an example of it.
And Longoria chases that pitch in the dirt, and that's going to end the inning. After one, 0-0.
A modern finance company.
Giants strand a couple. It'll be John Ryan Murphy to lead things off for the Arizona Diamondbacks here in the second inning. Lots of power from Murphy, and there's a call strike. Swings hard. He's got 8 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Overshift is on. 0-2. And you see the sun splash now is starting to go away, but it's still cutting right through that batter's eye in center field.
And really what it does, it takes away a hitter's ability to identify spin. And if you don't see spin, I mean, you're kind of left disadvantaged against curveball or slider, split, anything. I mean, spin means everything as to how a guy reacts to a pitch.
And it's a little low. 2-2. That's why postseason games here are often scoreless until you get to the 5th inning. And it's rolled to the backstop. It remains 2-2. Diamondbacks took care of the Marlins as they swept them in that home 3-game series before arriving last night here in San Francisco. Got him with a high fastball. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, I am very sad to report that earlier today, Bay Area football legend, 49ers wide receiver Dwight Clark passed away from ALS. He was 61 years old. Before the game, the Giants held a moment of silence. His wife, Kelly, announced on social media today that she is absolutely heartbroken, but that he passed away peacefully, surrounded by loved ones and family, and thanked everyone for their support during his battle with ALS. If you are from the Bay Area, then you know our hearts are broken with you, Kelly. We not only lost a sports hero today, we lost a hero in life. On behalf of the San Francisco Giants and NBC Sports Bay Area, our thoughts and condolences go out to the Clark family. Dwight Clark, number 87, he will never be forgotten. Gentlemen.
Very well said. Here's Lamb, who takes the pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And you're right. He never will be forgotten.
Overshift is on to Lamb. And that pitch runs in tight. 2-1.
Didn't miss by much. I mean, even the misses that Derek Holland is throwing right now are good pitches.
Three and 1, except for that one.
Yeah, except for that one. You know, you get in the strikeout mode and you can't help it. You start trying to strike guys out. The problem with trying to strike guys out, sometimes it runs your pitch count up.
Lamb pops this one out to McCutchen. 2 outs. And here's Chris Owings. Owings hitting 184 with 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in. And the first pitch is high. D-backs are 12 and 14 on the road, but they have excelled against the National League West, where they're 16 and 8. So they're 8 games over 500 against the West. And as we talked about Paul Goldschmidt, it really has been cold. But that could change at any given moment with him. On the ground, Crawford on the backhand. And from his knees, he'll throw a ground ball that's going to be late. If he gets a little on it, he's got a shot at throwing him out.
Well, and Chris Owings runs well. He's one of the faster Diamondbacks in the lineup tonight. But you just, even with all that stacked up against Crawford, you never really bet against him. Just total spear job, and from one knee, just can't get enough on the throw over to first base. But that is fun to watch, and we watch it every day, day in, day out. Using every bit of that glove. He never even thought about a foot. He went right to the knee.
So out of the stretch for the first time is Holland, and the first pitch to Marte. Ketel Marte is down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Tap foul. Crawford made a great play yesterday.
Well, kind of the same play. This time he gets to his feet, has a little more time. And it absolutely gave him a little better chance to get something on the throw, and indeed he did.
Yeah, that was Alfaro, the catcher, who was really not happy with Crawford. Marte steps out of the box. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's a good day for Crawford. Giants win, then he and his wife Jalen head over to the Oracle and watch the Warriors win.
They won. Oh, so they won last night. All right, never mind. Side retired. I knew you weren't buying it.
No.
Marte to the warning track. It's 0-0.
By Redwood Credit Union. Redwood Credit Union offers full-service banking for all that you love. Federally insured by NCUA.
Here it's 0-0 as Pablo Sandoval stands in. And he takes a strike. Sandoval, Pence, and then Gorkis Hernandez. Swing ain't gonna miss. It's 0-2. Pablo at 256. He's got a couple of home runs. He's got 15 runs batted in. And he stays alive by tapping this one foul.
Just caught a piece of that curveball. Well, with the sun finally off the batter's eye in center field, it has become a fair ballpark for hitters and pitchers.
And he stays alive again.
With Godley, he'll throw that curveball 10 times in a row. I mean, it's a good one, and he knows it's a good one, and he's not afraid to just keep riding that horse.
This one hit on the ground on one hop to Marte. So Sandoval retired, and here's Pence. Hunter had a pinch hit appearance yesterday, hit the ball well, but did not get a base hit.
Giants fans are anxious to see the difference in his swing.
No balls and one strike. Well, his stance to start out with, it looks a lot like Mac Williamson's.
Well, the hands are lower. You also notice a higher leg kick. Trying to put together a swing that allows him to cover the outside part of the plate and keep that bat in the hitting area longer. And he went to the same coach that Mac Williamson went to. Mac Williamson said, you know, it just takes reps, and he's put it together rather quickly, but Hunter Pence likes it, and he says, I see the ball better with this stance. Now, Godley's pitching him the way you're supposed to pitch him early in the year. The old Hunter Pence throw a lot of stuff away, let him chase.
This should be playable for Goldschmidt. 2 outs. Well, don't miss the great summer games against the Cubs, the A's, and the Cardinals. Group tickets are the perfect way to celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, corporate offsites, and even bachelor and bachelorette parties. Special group packages start at 25 or more. Book now by calling 415-972-2298 or visit sfgiants.com/groups. Here's Gorky Hernandez. And the pitch runs inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Gorky's at right at 300 with 6 home runs, 11 runs batted in. He got the rally started in the win yesterday with a base hit up the middle.
Got the at bat of the day, really. Jake Arrieta, the big right-hander for the Phillies, threw one right at his head. He got out of the way, got up, and got a base hit. And then there was 4 other base hits that followed that base hit.
So getting the pitcher up here in the second is not a bad idea. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. It's 3-1.
Taken all the way.
On the ground to Nick Ahmed. And that'll end the inning. So 1-2-3 inning for Godley. 3rd inning coming up. Dyson's going to lead things off.
About Gorkys Hernandez' big at bat yesterday, and this was the pitch up around the head that really ignited Gorkys Hernandez. What'd he do in the same at bat? Gets up there next pitch, and he hits one right back up the middle. The Giants would go on and score 5 runs in that inning, and they were all motivated by that at bat from Gorkys Hernandez. That's our Mercedes pivotal play.
Here's Gerard Dyson. And Dyson takes low and away. Lots of speed, 205, a couple of home runs, 8 driven in. You can see chokes up. Pretty close, 2-0. Godley and then Nick Ahmed. And a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nope. 3-1. Close.
Again, his misses are very, very close to the strike zone. They're misses that make not only hitters think, but they make umpires think too.
Huh. And Dyson with a healthy rip. 3-2.
That's one thing about a guy with speed like Dyson, and it's exceptional speed. You just put pressure on yourself as a pitcher saying, I can't walk this guy. I have to make him swing the bat. Free pass with a guy with his speed is like giving your opponents a double or even more.
Out of play.
Because if he gets on base, he's a threat to steal. It's working.
I think it is. Panic will stay with this ground ball. 1 out. Well, watch the Giants battle the D-backs Wednesday at 12:30 Pacific time for this week's MLB Facebook watch game. You can follow MLB live on Facebook to catch exclusive National League broadcasts all season long. And that's the only way you'll get to see it. And Mike Kruko will be doing the game. So I hadn't planned on watching, but I will now.
Well, my partner that day will be Rich Waltz. He'll be the play-by-play, and Eric Burns.
Crawford charging and flipping. 2 down.
Which I'm looking forward to.
Well, I'll be very disappointed if you save your best material for those guys.
Oh no, I'm saving my best for them. I'm over you, pal.
Yeah, right. As your nose grows. Here's Ahmed. Nick Ahmed struck out in the first. No score here in the third. And a swing and a high foul down the right field line and out of play. I hear some moans and groans, so I'm assuming that ball did not stay in the deck that it was supposed to.
Well, there's the winner. Foul ball sweepstakes.
In tight, 1 ball and 1 strike.
All right, let's take a look at the flight. Yeah. And he didn't even bring his glove.
No. Two balls and 1 strike. 3-1. Peralta is on deck. Some pins that have been collected over the years.
What do you think that hat weighs?
A lot.
I'd say about 5 pounds.
Yeah,
seriously.
Hit into the gap. And this is going to be extra bases. So Ahmed's going to stop at second with a double. Got leverage for Ahmed, and he took advantage of it. Here's Peralta. Peralta struck out looking in the first inning. Swing. He ain't gonna miss. No balls and 1 strike.
He's got a nice feel with his specialty pitches tonight. Change-up, curveball, slider, they're all working for him. And when that happens, it really makes the fastball look a whole lot better, especially when you're locating on the corners.
And this is fouled off of Peralta's foot. Foot or knee? Not 100% sure.
All right, check the back knee. That's what they're telling us in the truck. Yep. The truck never lies.
Yeah, that's really hard to do.
I mean, that's right there in Charlie horse country. And, you know, it's the last thing you're expecting. It's like getting hit by a pitch. Only you don't see it coming. So
and a lot of it is just time. It takes time.
and there's not a thing the trainers can do. Torey Lovella, the D-backs manager, he's been there. He knows what that feels like. And if you tell a guy, hey, I know what you feel like, they don't believe you.
No. Really? When? Tell me when it happened to you. So it's 0-2. One and 2 on the pitch, low and away. A 2-out double by Nick Ahmed. Holland gets the sign from Buster Posey. And it's wide again, 2-0.
Diamondbacks definitely seeing the spin on the pitches a whole lot better now than they were the first time through the lineup.
There's Goldschmidt. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Not even close. 3-2. That's the one where you've got nothing to lose on the 2-2 pitch. Now you do.
Peralta's been hot. They do have an open base.
And this was wrapped off his foot again.
Saw the numbers that he had his last 5 games, 6 for 16, but the last 3 days he's homered in each of those last 3 games.
And he pops it up. Who's it going to be? Crawford. And that'll end the inning. For the Giants, Holland, Panic, Posey coming up. 0-0.
Giants Baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota, designed for the grind that comes through every time. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Here's Godley to Derek Holland, and a called strike. Holland on the year is 1 for 18. Taps this one right to the pitcher, and the pitcher tags the pitcher. 1 out. And here's Panic. I'm now starting to think that Derek Holland lied to you.
Well, yeah, I'm having doubts too. He said he could hit.
And I think he lied. I do.
I mean, he's got 1 hit. Is it 1 or 2?
1.
Yeah, 1 hit, 1 RBI. Is that the deal?
Yeah. No. 1 hit, period.
Yep, 1 hit. Shouldn't be bragging on that.
Outside to Panic, who hit a ball sharply to short, but was thrown out by Nick Ahmed. Swing. Ain't gonna miss. With Buster Posey to follow. Tap foul. 1 and 2. Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote, and then you can get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. Up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Out of play down the left field line.
Ball dudes tonight. The Crandall boys. There's Justin Crandall. Played baseball at UC Davis. The Wilson guy. There's his old man. That's Rick Crandall. And he is psyched.
Yeah, he looks like he wants an amateur game to break out. Yeah.
Yeah, he played baseball in high school, went to college, played football there. Big Giants fan. So we welcome the Crandalls.
Panic hooks one foul.
I'm just looking at the readiness from Rick Crandall, our third base ball dude. I'm praying he gets a play tonight, because he will get dirty. Yeah. He's got the I want to get dirty look.
And another foul out of play. And this one's hit into center field. It's in the park to Dyson. 2 outs. So here's Buster Posey. Buster with a base hit to right field in the first inning. Here he takes a strike.
You know, we watched the Phillies over the weekend. Really, some of the most dramatic shifts that that we've seen all year. And then now you see a team like Arizona. Now they put shifts on, but they're nothing compared to what we saw with Philadelphia.
Anything.
I mean, that's not that far away from straight up. Take the second baseman, Marte, and move him towards the bag, but pretty much everybody else where they're supposed to be.
2-2. There's that breaking ball.
Well, if you're Zach Godley, you're thinking, I can do that again. If the guy's going to take a swing like that on a breaking ball, I got him.
And that'll end the inning. John Miller will be in. I'll see you back here in the 7th. It's 0-0.
You can see the Warriors Playoff Central Wednesday 4 p.m. right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. Coverage begins with a special edition of Warriors Outsiders. Then it's Warrior Playoff Central before and after the game. NBA Finals coverage is on NBC Sports Bay Area. There's no score here at AT&T. We're going to the top of the fourth inning, and here to tell you all about it, my pal John Miller.
All right, Mike, thank you. And here we go with Paul Goldschmidt, who is just in a terrible slump, but he can't seem to get himself out of it. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, you look at his batting average at 207, you think, well, what's wrong? Then you look at the strikeout totals, and he leads the National League in strikeouts. And that's what really catches your mind. He's got 73 strikeouts on the year,
including a strikeout his first time tonight. Pulls that one foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
At Chase Field this year in 31 games, he's hit 160 at Chase Field. Here at AT&T has not been a problem for him. He's the same old Paul Goldschmidt. 4 games that the D-backs have played here, he's hit 385 with a couple of big flies.
Really looked like the Giants had gotten him going. He was so hot that series as he fouls this one back. He had a pretty good rip at that one too, at fastball.
Well, 208 at-bats on the year, and he has struck out 73 times. That is cause for big concern if you're the Diamondbacks. There you see the shift put on. They load up the left side.
One ball, 2 strikes. Two and two. And in that series back in April here in this ballpark, it wasn't just that he had 5 hits. He had a triple, 2 doubles, and 2 homers. He had a home run that tied a game in the 9th inning, the second game of that series. And the changeup is low, 3-2 now. And he looked like the old Paul Goldschmidt, and he had been in a slump to start the year, but he really was not able to continue that hitting that he did in this ballpark. 3-2 the count to him. And he ripped that one in there for a base hit. Got the off-speed pitch from Derek Holland and a solid single to left.
So, welcome to the TV side, my friend.
Got my my jacket on. I'm ready to go. So Dave Fleming on assignment.
On assignment.
So the Giants and the D-backs, and the D-backs kind of like the Giants right now. Both teams have played well the last several days. And the D-backs are back in first place. And they had fallen out of first place. They were so bad in the month of May, and they're just not hitting. But they were 8-19 in the month of May.
Well, this is after the month of April. They were the best team in the National League West.
And in any division in the National, they were 21-8 to start the year. But it's sort of, as you like to say, game on in the National League West, because the whole division is all bunched together. The D-backs kind of lost that big advantage they had with their great first month. In fact, they had fallen behind the Colorado Rockies, and just this weekend were able to move back ahead of Colorado. John Ryan Murphy with a count of 1-0. D-backs went out and got Alex Avila, veteran catcher, who's always been a good hitter. And he has not hit a lick for them, hitting 129. Murphy, meanwhile, a former Yankee, has been hitting with a lot of power. So they're getting him in there more and more often. He's had 8 home runs and only 84 at bats. And he had some of those against the Giants earlier this year. John Ryan Murphy, former 2nd-round draft choice of the Yankees back in 2009. Goldschmidt at first, 2-0 the count to Murphy. That's in there for a strike. Jake Lamb, a left-handed hitter, is on deck. Holland started the night beautifully. He struck out the side in the first inning, and then he struck out Murphy to start the second inning. He struck out the first 4 batters that he faced in this game, although he has not struck out anybody since. D-backs have 3 hits against him. And now it's 3-1.
Like Buster got crossed up on that. You don't often see a guy get crossed up with a runner at first base, nobody at second base. That or the movement on that pitch was just late and explosive because it really glove tied him up.
So I know you guys probably were talking about Joey Bart, the Giants' first-round draft choice today, a catcher out of Georgia Tech. 3-1 the count, a big pitch here. And Goldschmidt, who is also capable of stealing a base, although he's not done much running this year, only 2 steals. Tomorrow is the 10th anniversary of the Giants drafting Buster Posey with the number 5 pick in the first round 10 years ago tomorrow. Strike 2 called. Got the call on the inside. And Murphy has a look at third base coach Tony Perez-Chica before standing back in. We'll keep an eye on Goldschmidt. You think he's running?
I would think he'd be running here. You're betting on contact. Goldschmidt has good speed, good base runner.
0-0 score. 3-2 the count. And he's not running. There's a high pop fly, a long run for McCutcheon, but he gets there. 1 away. So a big pitch, and more than one after falling behind in the count 3-1 to Murphy, but he gets him.
It's amazing how 3-2 counts can often determine your fate as a pitcher. And that's a nice little battle won by Derek Holland. And it also gives you a little confidence because, I mean, that's a payoff pitch. That's a pitch you have to get in the strike zone. He did, and he got the pop up.
Now Jake Lamb, very powerful. Lamb has missed most of this season. This is only his 18th game of the year. He flied out to shallow right his first time. And the count is 0-1. Fastball right at the knees.
Great first pitch fastball. You can locate it on the outside corner at the knees. You're not going to have a lot of guys swinging at that. Or if they do, they're doing you a favor. Because that is a pitcher's pitch.
Goldschmidt, the runner at first, 1 out. A ball and a strike now. Lamb has hit 2 home runs. And if you're the GM for the D-backs, you start building your roster and whatnot. You kind of pencil him in for 30-something home runs. He's become one of the most powerful third basemen in the National League.
Well, most of his damage, however, is done against right-handers, and that has always been his strength. There for a while, they wouldn't even play him against lefties, but now because of what you just said, I mean, he's still a threat. Even if he doesn't have a great average against lefty, he could still run into one, turn the game around with a 3-run homer.
Goldschmidt back to the bag at first.
And this is the era of the home run.
And the D-back, the one saving grace for their offense, even though Goldschmidt has not been hitting and Lamb has been hurt, they've hit quite a few home runs, 65 homers in their first 58 games. Off the outside. Kind of quickened his delivery there, a little bit of a slide step, trying to keep Goldschmidt from getting a big jump.
Well, you have to do that. Goldschmidt, good runner. He doesn't have a stolen base yet this year. Oh, I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. He's got 2. But that's. I mean, normally he's running more.
Two and two. And Goldschmidt was one of their most prolific base stealers last year. And year in and year out, Goldschmidt last year had 18 steals. The year before, he had 32 steals. And he seems to have that knack for knowing when to go. He rarely gets thrown out when he tries. to steal. Down and in, another full count. Giants have the overshift on. Crawford is over to the right side of second. Longoria is now the shortstop. There's nobody at third base. 3-2 with one out. Goldschmidt at first. There you see how the defense is set up. Another big pitch here for Holland. Ooh, close, and he got the walk.
So a 3-2 fastball, they try to go it away, and the idea was to throw the same pitch that they started the at bat with, outside corner at the knees. So he got underneath that a little bit. So Buster Posey runs out and uses what I think should be a mound visit. They have it registered there, they just did on the board.
Chris Owings will come up. The D-backs with two men on for the first time in the game. Owings got an infield hit. It was an infield hit because Brandon Crawford made a spectacular diving snare of it. Changed up on him, 0-1.
Change-up's had a good pitch. Owings not an easy guy to double up because of his speed, even from the right side. Diamondbacks this year are not doing it with runners in scoring position. That has been an Achilles heel. They rank last in the National League in batting average, team batting average.
That's foul on the third base side. 0-2 the count.
There's our ball dude, Rick Crandall. He got up.
Back in his ball dude issued little tiny little stool there. No balls, 2 strikes the count with 2 men on, 1 man out, and that is in the dirt.
That's the pitch they could not lay off of the first time through the lineup. Now they're seeing the pitch a little bit better, and they're being a little more disciplined to it.
He's getting the deep counts whether he starts ahead of the hitter or not. Just about everybody in this inning's gone to 3-2. 1-2 to Owings. Goldschmidt at second. He singled. Lamb at first. He walked. And there he went after it. Strike 3.
5th strikeout, 4 of which have been swing and miss strike 3s. Think about how this game started. Holland went out and struck out the first 4 guys. Well, that's going to put you in the strikeout mode. You're going to start pitching for him.
Well, he's thrown 73 pitches now.
And that's the problem with the strikeout mode. You throw a lot of pitches.
This is Ketel Marte. He flied out deep to right his first time.
I suppose he's going to have to go out and talk about it again. I mean, he definitely got crossed up here. Watch the glove. He's expecting a breaking ball. And when you throw something, a fastball, when a guy's looking to break a ball, you can hurt him. You can break a hand. Seen it happen more than once.
Marte, who had 2 home runs in a game against Miami on Friday, just 3 days ago. He's only had 3 home runs all year, but he hit one fairly well his first time up tonight. The wind is blowing out toward the bay, and that's a foul ball.
Last thing a catcher will ask a pitcher is, what's your signs? What sign do you want to use? And it could be anything from a simple version, just like last sign, first sign after 2, second sign, whatever. It could be a very difficult pump system. We've seen games where the pitcher will actually call the game from the mound, where he puts the glove on his leg, or he positions his hand. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can give signs, but if a guy starts missing them, you start getting real simple with him. And if you start getting real simple with them, they can get stolen easily.
Stolen by the runner at second.
Stolen by the runner at second, or stolen by the guy in the video room, and then relayed. And that's the problem everybody has right now, because the video room guys, those are the guys who have time to dissect what a pitcher's putting down. You give a baseball player enough time, he's going to figure out what the signs are, especially if you have an old middle infielder in there looking at him.
Like Sean Dunston.
Like Sean Dunston.
Now, Sean may take offense to being called an old middle infielder.
A retired middle infielder.
And a former first-round draft choice. He was a first overall pick in the draft the year he came out. Goldschmidt at second, Lamb at first, 2 down in the inning. A long, arduous inning here for Holland. He's gone deep counts on everybody who's batted. This will be his 78th pitch of the night. We're only in the 4th inning. And he just got a piece of that one. Foul ball.
Yeah, that got a piece of Buster Posey. Where you should be at the end of 4 innings is 60 pitches. Let's take a look and see what they got Posey. Got him inside right knee.
The shin guards and the chest protect, that would not be enough for me. I need shin guards and I need calf guards.
Double shin guards.
That's a high foul. Marte staying alive. The ball well back out of play. 2-2. Oh, somebody's got it.
We have a winner. They need to work on the high five, though.
With all those tall guys in there, and the person who got the ball couldn't even see who it was. 2 on, 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nothing score. 4th inning. And another full count.
It's 80 pitches. As I mentioned, at the end of the 4th inning, it should be 60 or less. So he's way over what a pitching coach prefers.
It's the 8th time of the game that he's had a 3-ball count. Runners will be going now. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. Goldschmidt from second. Lamb from first. There they go. Back goes Pence, and it's going to sail over his head off the wall. And that will get 2 runs home. Goldschmidt is in. Here comes the relay from Crawford. And that's not in time. And a great save there by Posey, keeping Marte at second because Holland was not backing up. 2-0 Arizona.
There's another 3-2 challenge. I mean, that's just a fat fastball. I didn't want to walk him. And Marte right there to collect the gift. This thing slams about halfway up the wall. And the other thing, too, is if you give up the hit, you've got to back up a base. And the point you make about Posey making a great play here. And Holland is not in proper defensive positioning. So the Giants get away with it.
Now Gerard Dyson with the pitcher on deck. And a high fly ball. There is Hernandez. And the inning is over. A very, very long inning. 2-0 Arizona. McCutchen coming up. also going to be Beatles night. There's a Beatles special event package, including a Beatles themed Giants t-shirt and a ticket to see the Giants Padres. To receive the t-shirt, you'll need to purchase the special event ticket. Go to sfgiants.com/special events for those tickets. Giants coming to bat now in the last of the fourth, and for the first time tonight, they come up trailing. It's 2-0. Arizona. McCutchen, Crawford, and Longoria coming up. And that guy had so much different gear on there. He's ready for an Orange Friday. He's ready for the Panda. He's whatever going on Giants, he's ready for it.
And he's ready for a fly ball too. He's got his glove on.
Strike one to McCutchen, who struck out his first time. Brandon Crawford on deck. McCutchen had 5 RBIs the last 2 days against the Phillies. Spins that one off the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Giants have only 1 hit. It was a single to right by Buster Posey in the first inning. And that's a pretty good job taking that pitch.
Giants need to get Godley in the stretch.
That ball is smoked to left field. It is off the top of the wall and over the wall. A home run for McCutchen. I thought for a moment maybe the car had taken one away from him. Not quite. McCutchen homers for the 2nd day in a row.
And that's an impressive swing of the bat, because this goes out with topspin. And with topspin, you don't normally get carry, especially in this yard. Topspin fly ball. Looks like a first or second row. That's a strong man right there. You could topspin spin him out at this ballpark. Impressive at bat.
He hit one rather similar to that yesterday, right after Buster's line drive home run in the 8th inning. And yesterday he hit one off the wall out there in left field, off about halfway up. He's hitting it hard and hitting with authority right now.
Yeah, he's making some friends over there too.
Crawford, deep left center. Dyson still going. He can't get there. Goodbye, home run. Now that is a long homer. 404 feet to that spot where the left field wall meets the center field wall. Not many lefties go out in that part of this yard.
And remember, he got hit by a pitch his first at bat. This is the best revenge. An opposite field gap home run. And that is backspin. And what we have saw all May, the hottest man in the National League continues to stay hot in June.
It's 3rd time this year the Giants have had consecutive home runs. McCutchen, then Crawford this time. Ball 1 to Longoria. 2-2 the score. 2-0. Longoria struck out his first time. Man, a couple of shots in a row here hit by the Giants. McCutchen's left his bat at 106 miles an hour. Crawford 102 mph. Wow. He got the call on that. That's a pretty friendly call.
Well, he's done that a lot. The guys with power, he gets to a 2-0 count or a 1-0 count, he'll throw that curveball. Got a lot of confidence in his touch with that pitch, and not many guys that have a curveball like that can do that.
3-1.
Just a bit outside. Of course, there aren't that many guys with a curveball like that. It's a good one.
He really, that curveball was not hittable when he pitched here against the Giants in April. He went 7 shutout innings in that game. Over from third. Lamb got him by a step.
Let's take a look at the stats on the swing of the bat from Brandon Crawford. He went out of here at 102 miles per hour, 402 feet. When you're hitting it out in the opposite gap, that is a strong man's home run.
So here's Pablo Sandoval, who grounded out to second his first time. 2-2. The Giants with 2 home runs to tie this one up. And ball 1. Well, this park opened, and for many years after that, that spot out there, the Yahoo Sports advertisement over which Crawford hit the home run, it used to read 404 feet just to the right of that, where the left field wall and center field walls meet. Pretty good rip there by Pablo, but back to the screen. And there you see with just to the right of the Yahoo sign, and the center field wall starts, and that was 404 feet away from home plate. Deeper than straightaway center. Pablo's got a base hit. Pitching coach Mike Butcher heads out.
Mike Butcher is one of those guys that really got handicapped with the new mound visit rule where you're only allowed 6. I mean, he would usually do 6 by himself. He was always going out there. But here, after a back-to-back home runs and a 1-out single, feels he needs to talk to Zach Godley. Let's take a look at the stats on the home run off the bat of Andrew McCutchen. You can see 106 miles per hour. And again, that's topspin. If he hits that thing with backspin, he's going up there another 20 rows in left field. The very fact that he got it over the wall with topspin is impressive.
So now Hunter Pence with his new approach. Yesterday, in his first at bat since coming off the disabled list as a pinch hitter, he flied out deep to center. He fouled out to first his first time today. Standing more straight up. Ball 1.
Hands start low, and you really generate load on the back leg when you lift that high, that front leg high. The key is being able to get that front leg down in time.
One and one.
But as Hunter Pence will tell you, when he looked at film, he was realizing his bat was not staying in the hitting area very long. So what he worked on is this new swing that allows him to keep that bat in the hitting zone longer.
1-2. Foul tip that one. Zach Godley, 28 years old, out of the University of Tennessee, was actually originally drafted by the Cubs and acquired in a trade from Chicago by the D-backs. And Pence laid off that one. 2-2. Pence, coming into this game, had seen Godley a little bit before and had done well against him. He's 4 for 8 with a double and 2 home runs in his career against Godley now. 2-2 the count. 2 runs in on home runs. 1 out, 1 on. Wow. Great job by Pence taking that one.
Yeah, that was a 50-50 pitch right there. Half get called strikes, half get called balls. That is that close.
Could well have been called a strike according to our computerized strike zone. Call went Pence's way. Full count now. And he gets the walk.
Well, nice at bat. I mean, he was down that count early, and he laid off some pretty hellacious curveballs.
So Lavello, no move to his bullpen yet. The Giants bullpen, though, is busy as Gorkis Hernandez comes up. Holland, the pitcher, due up next. And Reyes Moronta is warming up in the Giants bullpen. Gorkis grounded to short his first time. 298 average for the year. 2 men on, 1 man out. 2-2 the score. And a nice save there by John Ryan Murphy, the catcher.
Well, they always talk about when you get a ball in the dirt, your chest protector becomes your glove. And that's exactly how he stopped that, using his chest protector. Great technique. Alan Hansen getting ready.
Holland, due up next, is out in the on-deck circle. But Hansen ready in the dugout. 1 ball, no strikes. Sinking low and outside. 2-0. And of course, what the D-backs don't know is whether or not Bochy would seriously pinch hit for Holland this early in the game, or whether this is an elaborate bluff that Holland's going to bat one way or the other. And that's in there for a strike.
Well, the way that Moronta is getting heated up in the Giants bullpen, I don't think this is a bluff.
And Holland is, I mean, he's really labored the last couple of innings especially. He's thrown 82 pitches already in just 4 innings. It got kind of late early for him, to paraphrase Yogi Berra. 2-1. Very high.
Easy take. See how the teams hit him. First time through, not well. Second time, better. Third time, great.
This is the second time for all of these Giants hitters here in the 4th inning to see Godley tonight. 3-1 to Gorkis. A big pitch here with 2 men on. Here it is. And he walks him. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. And Derek Holland is going back to the dugout. And Alan Hansen will, in fact, enter the game as the pinch hitter.
I have a chance to look at the swing that Andrew McCutchen puts on in 4D, and look at the back hip throw right to the ball. That is right all of Barry Bonds. And McCutchen continues to impress middle in. His power stroke is alive and well, folks.
Alan Hansen hitting .306. He's only had 49 big league at bats this year, but 4 homers and 4 doubles. Hansen got the check swing infield hit that was so big in the 5-run inning yesterday against Arrieta. Dribbles it foul off to the right.
Brandon Crawford, watch the elbow tuck into the side, and then here comes the bat head throw. And this is going opposite way. This is really allowing the ball to get deep into his left hip. And then he backspins that out the opposite way. Absolute perfection.
Talking to Longoria in the dugout. So Alan Hansen. Giants really missed him. He started playing a lot when Panic went down with an injury. And he started hitting with authority, started hitting with power. Then he got hurt. Middle infield, double play depth. Called strike 2 on the outside. Perfect pitch there from Godley's perspective, right on the corner.
Well, he's pitching for the strikeout. He gets the call in that outside corner. That's what we saw him do earlier this year. He would go inside corner, outside corner with that curveball. That's how good a command he has on that pitch.
You saw the runners. Pablo at third, Pence at second, Hernandez at first. But 0-2 the count. Panic is on deck. Pulled that one foul.
Justin Crandall finally getting a little chance to get up off the stool.
Hansen, who is from the Dominican Republic, previous big league experience with the Pirates and the White Sox. 0-2 the count to him. And he went down and got that one to foul it off to stay alive.
Boy, I think he scraped a little fuzz off the red seam, but that's about all he got on that one. Curveball down by design, and he just does make a noise.
Godley was, I'm sure, thrilled to see him swing at it, and kind of chagrined to find out that he actually got a piece of it. So he is still alive. So if you're Godley, just go ahead and do that again, or try to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is just foul. So he may have tried to do it again, but he didn't quite get it down where he got that other one down.
Well, he had a little lift in it. John Ryan Murphy, the catcher for the D-backs, he's thinking, well, maybe we should clean the palate of the eye and throw a high fastball above the letters. The more a guy sees one type of movement, one type of location, the better chances he has to hit it. And that just missed being fair.
Giants are 2 runs in, and they have the bases loaded, only 1 out. But a no ball, 2-strike count to Hansen, the pinch hitter. This will be pitch number 82 for the night, thrown by Godley. Now asking for time.
Godley has really slowed it down.
A windswept night here at AT&T Park. That's fair. Past third. Sandoval scores. Pence right behind him. Stopping at third is Hernandez. A 2-run double for Alan Hansen, and quite an at bat. He was behind the whole way and cashes in 2 of those runners. 4-2 Giants.
So Bruce Bochy taking advantage of the opportunity, and what an at bat he gets from Alan Hansen. All curveballs, and then the one fastball. He throws it away off the plate, and Hansen goes with it and rakes it right down the left field line, and Lamb never had a chance. What a great at bat. It's a good thing when you make your skipper look good, and Alan Hansen just did.
Well, that was his 50th at bat in the big leagues this year, and his 9th extra base hit. 5 doubles, 4 homers. He's also knocked in 14 runs. So here is Joe Panik. Ball 1. Now, for the first time, the Arizona bullpen is going to get busy.
Oh, that is a red alert right now for Fernando Salas.
Salas, a right-hander. And he looks like a man in a hurry, as you say. Corquis Hernandez at third. Alan Hansen at second. The infield comes in all the way around. At the knees for a strike.
Joe Panik, one of the best on this Giants team in this situation. Runner at third base, getting a ball deep enough in the outfield to score a run. Best arms for the D-backs are in center and in left. Jared Dyson's got a strong arm, as does Chris Owings, the right fielder.
One and 2 the count now.
His back's against the wall. He's going to that hook. Curveball, curveball, curveball.
The D-backs staked Godley to a lead with 2 runs in the first half of this inning. A 2-out, 2-run double by Marte. But McCutchen led off this inning with a home run, and then Crawford followed it up with a home run. Then with the bases loaded, Hansen the 2-run pinch hit double. Corquis Hernandez at third, Hansen at second. Infield in. That came up and hit. Did that hit him?
It did. It looked like a one hop got his leg.
I thought it hit him.
They're going to look at it. Joe Panik's not going to say that it hit him if it didn't.
Yeah.
Just skimmed off the right side of his leg. They're going to look at it. This replay review is presented by Xfinity.
This will be a very short review. I think the umpires in New York may tell them as soon as they get plugged in that, yeah, give him first base. The plate umpire, Lance Barrett, whose call it was, and on the left there is Bill Welke, the crew chief, is the other guy with the headphones on.
It's the second time he's hit a guy with a one hopper. When was the last time you saw that?
Yeah, that didn't take long. He got Brandon Crawford in the first inning. It bounced and went and hit Brandon in the calf. It hit behind him. So now the bases are loaded for Buster Posey. And here comes Torey Lovullo. So the night is over for Zach Godley, who faces 8 hitters in this inning, and 7 of them reach base. Salas will get the call. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
The NBC Sports app for mobile or for tablet. Stream the Giants on the go. Brought to you by your Northern California Honda dealers. The NorCal Honda dealers.
Zach Godley is finished, and here is Fernando Salas.
He's been a workhorse for these D-backs. 28th time he's come in. He's a 4-pitch guy. Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup.
Bases are loaded. Buster Posey called strike 1.
And the other thing too about Salas, I mean, he's a guy that they like to bring in existing innings.
Buster's never had a hit against him. 0 for 5 lifetime. The middle infielders are well, they're halfway. Not all the way in. Buster fouls it out of play.
Oh, he had some greedy intentions with that swing.
And I think the Giants, in terms of Buster being greedy at the bat, feel that greed is good. Posey has a single, and he's been called out on strikes in this game. He's hit 2 home runs in the last 4 games for the Giants, including one yesterday. McCutchen is on deck. McCutchen started this inning with a home run. Buster, the 9th man to bat in the inning. Well off the outside. 4-2 Giants. And the whole lineup wants to get greedy here. Hernandez at third, Hanson at second, Panic at first. Crawford in the hole. Only 1 out in the inning. That will get a run home. Right on by Murphy. Hernandez scores. Hanson to third, Panic to second, and no more ground ball double play possibility either. 5-2.
And we've watched really some nice blocks made by Murphy, and this time the curveball, he just does not get enough body in front of it. Ball comes up. Giants catch a break. 90-foot gift.
Infield in all the way now. Second and third. Back to the screen.
89'd him right off just off the plate inside. Posey's not an easy guy to jam.
The view from the right field corner. The outfield shaded toward the right field line against Buster. High and tight. Now it's a full count.
And you might see him do the same thing. He's got an open base here.
And Andrew McCutchen on deck. 3-2 the count. Buster 0 for 5 in his career against Salas, so a little bit of experience against him. That is foul. Right toward the bullpen.
Nice play by Taira Uematsu. Pigtailing, doing the job. That way, Taira.
Eli Whiteside, former Giants catcher, doing the catching, warming up Reyes Moronta, who is getting ready for the 5th inning out there. 3-2 to Buster Posey, hitting .305 for the year. Deep into right center, the deepest part of the ballpark. It is in there. 7th archway. Hansen scores. Here comes Panic around third. He'll score. And a long 2-run double for Buster Posey. It's a 7-run inning. 7-2 Giants.
Well, 3-2 count. I mean, he felt he had the challenge here and leaves a fastball right in the kill zone. And Posey inside outs it. And we talked about Brandon Crawford doing it to left center. Here, Buster Posey does it to right center. He backspins it. And Chris Owings, who's got great range in right field, not even he can catch up to this one.
Well, and it's interesting because the D-backs all night long have had Owings playing over more toward the foul line, unlike almost any other right field defense in this ballpark from any other team. And they gave him that gap, and he could not get there. So it backfired on him this time. McCutchen with a count of 0-1. He has struck out, and then he hit the line drive homer that started this inning. That'll go out of play. Well, he's gone just past JT Snow on the all-time San Francisco Giants RBI leadership board. Next up, Jeff Kent in front of him. Barry Bonds #1 over McCovey, Mays, Cepeda, Matt Williams, Will Clark. And that's all for McCutchen, caught looking. So here's Brandon Crawford. Crawford tied the game in this inning with a home run. And this time they're going to give him the automatic walk.
A respectful, intentional walk. He's earned it. I wouldn't pitch to him either.
Crawford, who hit well over 400 in the month of May, as you pointed out, and he's had 6 hits and 13 at bats so far here in June. And a foul tip, strike 1 to Longoria.
Talk about the StatCast numbers. Let's take a look at Buster Posey's long extra base hit. 99 miles per hour. Just really split the defense.
Buster at second. Crawford at first. Goldschmidt into the shallow outfield. And that is the inning. McCutcheon, bye-bye baby, his 5th of the year. And then Crawford, bye-bye baby, also number 7 for Crawford. 7-2 Giants.
The booth mentioned earlier that June 22nd, a big night. Here it is Beatles night. We want to give a shout out to the Giants marketing crew. They're always so creative. Check out who they got to replicate this Beatles photo. Joe Panic, Brandon Belt, Brandon Crawford, and Buster Posey. But we think we have a better idea. We don't try and one-up them very often, but check out John Miller, Mike Krukow, Dwayne Kuiper, and Dave Fleming. Now that's a night people are going to come to. Beatles night, June 22nd, gentlemen.
Yeah. How did we get talked into that?
Yeah. Nobody would want the Giants guys or even the Beatles guys when they see that one.
No.
A pinch hitter, Alex Avila, against the new Giants pitcher, Reyes Moronta, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. When it's time for a change, think Speedy, oil change and auto service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. The Giants have the overshift on for Avila. Man, Avila has been a pretty good hitter his whole career, and he has not hit at all as a D-back. His batting average is 129. And he's facing the guy who's been pretty tough to hit. Reyes Moronta, 26 innings, only 15 hits allowed.
Man, he's only going to get better. I mean, he's learning a lot of things up here.
Into the crowd, foul.
But he brought that up here on his own. That 98, that's his.
Nobody taught him that?
Yeah, you can't teach 98.
I thought you worked with him on that.
Well, you could suggest a 98, but be able to actually throw it. So there's the struggles that Avila has had, as you pointed out.
Oh, well, it took a while, but Barrett rings him up on that one.
Well, and that's really one of the things that he's improved on, and that's tightening up the spin And the snap on that breaking ball. That's just explosive 84. After you've seen 98, that'll lock you up. That's a good one.
Kurt Young, the pitching coach, looking off in the dugout as Derek Holland went 4 innings, 2 runs, 4 hits allowed. Did not go far enough to qualify for a win in this game. As Ahmed into the big part of the yard. Plenty of room for Gorkis Hernandez. 2 down.
And a 1-pitch out.
So here is Peralta.
One advantage of being a guy that can throw 98 miles per hour is guys don't want to get in a 2-strike situation with you. They want to get their at bat to where they have a better chance early, and guys challenge a little more strike zone on that first pitch, and they're going to be ready for it with a guy like Maranta.
Peralta 0 for 2. He spins that one in there for a strike.
They're not going to go up there looking for that first pitch against Maranta. They're going to be thinking 98.
D-backs have action in their bullpen. And there he is, the right-hander Jake Barrett, number 33. Strike 2 call. Maranta, he should have been warmed up by the time he got to the mound out there. He was warming up for most of that Giants half inning while they were batting, scoring 7 runs. And that lasted almost a half an hour. 29 minutes and something. Off the foot. Well, that's the second time Peralta has hit one off of himself in this game.
Well, you just have to laugh at it. I don't know if he got the protective piece. Yeah, he did. It saved him. If he doesn't have that protective piece, he's on the ground still.
Last time up, he hit one off right near his back knee. You don't see that many guys hit foul balls off their back leg, do you?
No, it's hard to do.
Smoked deep and foul and out into the bay.
I mean, he's on a home run roll right now. He's homered in each of the last 3 games. And if you're a left-handed guy with power, I think you could step into this ballpark thinking about doing that. Put one in the cove.
He's got 10 home runs overall for the year. Puts him away, and that's a strong inning for Maranta. 3 up, 3 down, 2 strikeouts. Sandoval coming up.
appreciation for all military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
7-2 Giants. We're at the bottom of the 5th inning. New pitcher now for the Diamondbacks. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. It's going to be Jake Barrett, the right-hander. Just got called back up. 3rd time that he's been in a game this year. He's a 3-pitch guy. Good fastball. It'll go low to mid-90s. He's got a hard slider and a changeup.
Oh, and 1 to Pablo. Pablo got the 2nd rally started in the 4th inning. Remember, the McCutchen and Crawford led off the inning and hit home runs to tie the game. And then with 1 out, Pablo hit a single, and that was the start of 5 more runs that would score in the inning. A 7-run inning for the Giants. There's the new Salesforce Tower, and it has a light show every night at sunset.
Extremely cool.
Back to the screen.
I mean, who even comes up with that idea?
Is that Ocean Beach? they show videos on it, and then you have the bridge.
And it's got its own light show going.
In the old days, when I was a kid, we used to have to go to the Fillmore Auditorium to see stuff like that. Now it surrounds you. Back to the screen. 1-2. And the changeup is off the outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pablo, who is 1 for 2 in the game, hitting .261 so far this year. Giants feel fortunate to have a guy like Pablo to fill in at first base with the injury to Brandon Belt. High in the air, deep to right, still going, and he goes! Pelota! A soaring home run for Pablo Sandoval over the 365 marker and the 24-foot high wall. A big fly, 8-2 Giants.
Oh, they tried to jam him. They tried to get that fastball in on the hands, and that was not that far away from where they wanted it to be. I mean, he just dug it out. Watch the elbows bend right through the fastball. I mean, that's an impressive swing of the bat. I mean, in this ballpark, you never really trust right field, and that thing just kept going.
Now Pence in the dirt. Pence drew a walk, even though he fell behind in the count initially.
I mean, that's just digging out a pitch right on the hands that was on the corner or even off the plate in. Not an easy pitch to drive like he drove it.
Couldn't get it. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's one of those pitches where Barrett may have been given the Justin Verlander World Series, like, wow.
It really is. I mean, when you have that kind of velocity going above the hands off the plate in, and the guy turns and he spins on you, makes you think.
That was impressive. And we see the flags out there now, and they indicate that the wind is blowing. So maybe there was a little wind that helped push that a little bit, because I was shocked that it just kept on going as high it was as hit, and to that part of the ballpark we're not used to seeing it, as you said. Look out. 3-1.
You throw your best fastball above the guy's hands on the inside corner or off the plate in, and he takes you deep, that rattles your cage.
And right under the glove of Marte. And that ball was smoked.
That's got to be a hit. I mean, that was loud. I'd like to know what the exit velocity is off that. This ball goes by Marte, who's got quick hands.
110 miles an hour off the bat.
Wow, I believe it.
And I think that when that information is available like it is now, I think that should be part of the official scorer's thinking when he's ruling hit or error. All ground balls are not equal, especially when they're hit at 110 miles an hour.
They're not. I mean, when you have a big league middle infielder, they're a ways away from the bat. They're not like a corner infielder who can get handcuffed with some steam. But the middle infielders, they're back. And when they get handcuffed, you know a guy's got some oomph behind that baseball.
He chased. 0-2. Giants leading 8-2 now in the 5th inning. A 7-run 4th, and then Pablo Sandoval with just a very aesthetically pleasing, soaring, majestic home run. And that's all for Gorky's.
That's Barrett's best slider right there. Perfect location, 0-2. The exit velocity at 101. Look at the launch angle, 37 degrees. Now the ideal launch angle is 27, so that was a high fly ball, and to get that kind of carry, that was impressive.
This is Austin Jackson pinch hitting for Reyes Moronta. The Giants bullpen is busy. The right-hander warming up in the bullpen is number 58, Pierce Johnson. It's been a while since Pierce has been in a game. Well rested in the dirt. 1-1 to Austin Jackson, who is pinch hitting for Moronta, who pitched a perfect 5th inning with 2 strikeouts. Alan Hansen was the Giants' first pinch hitter used by Bruce Bochy, and that was in the 4th inning with a tie game, and Hansen hit a 2-run double. This could be a double play. Lamb to second, 1, Marte to first. Double play. But Pablo Sandoval high and deep, and tell it bye-bye, baby, as Russ Hodges used to say. 8-2 Giants on to the 6th. Another pitching change. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Pierce Johnson in his first game for a while for Pierce. Ball 1 to Paul Goldschmidt.
Opportunity to kind of whittle that ERA down. 4-pitch guy, low to mid-90s fastball.
Goldschmidt is 1 for 2 in the game. He struck out his first time against Derek Holland, but then singled to left, starting a 2-run 4th-inning rally his next time. Right on the outside for a strike. That is foul and out of play. I'm going back, trying to figure out the last time Johnson appeared in a game. And it was a week ago Sunday, 8 days ago at Wrigley Field, the Sunday night nationally televised game out of Wrigley Field. Full count.
That's really one of the tough roles to have when you're in a bullpen. When you're the first guy in, middleman or a long reliever, you could go 7-8 days without pitching. And guess what they expect you to do when you take the ball on that 9th day? They expect you to be sharp.
And that's a walk for Goldschmidt. And we're going to check in with Amy G.
Right, gentlemen. Well, for base productive day, Mike.
Technical difficulties out there. So we'll get back to Amy G.
That happens, but I was really into what she was starting to say.
She had my full attention.
I was into it.
Extremely disappointing. Here's a strike to John Ryan Murphy, who has struck out and flied out to shallow right. He's 0 for 2. Giants with a 7-run 4th-inning explosion. Home runs from McCutchen and Crawford, a 2-run pinch hit double by Hansen. Posey, a 2-run double to cap the rally. There was also a wild pitch that got a run home. Beauty, a curveball for a strike. 0-2. And then Sandoval with his home run leading off the 5th inning. Giants hit 3 home runs tonight. They've hit 62 as a team this year in 60 games. And they've hit a lot of them at home. They've hit more at home than on the road. That's a little bit unusual for the Giants. This is their 28th home game, and they've hit 32 home runs here at home. They've hit 30 home runs in 32 road games. And it's kind of nice to see that they got some guys who are able to hit the long ball here. For a long time, it was Barry Bonds and almost nobody else who could regularly hit home runs here. Panic to Crawford 1, the first. Not in time. And Murphy safe at first, 1 away. Now let's check in with Amy G.
I had you guys on the edge of your seat. All right, I was going to say, for folks that need to follow the draft, haven't had time today, the Giants, a very productive day. They had the 2nd overall pick. With that, they chose Joey Bart, a catcher out of Georgia Tech. Scouting report, guys, tons of power. Bruce Bochy's quote, he's a man, 21 years old, 6'3", 225 pounds. He batted .359 with 16 home runs for Georgia Tech. They also had the 45th pick overall, and with that, they took right-handed pitcher Sean Jelly out of the University of Kentucky. He's 6'11", Randy Johnson-like. Gentlemen.
Well, I hope he throws 100 miles an hour then. And that spins in there for a called strike to Jake Lamb. Thanks to Amy G for that update. One of the things Bruce Bochy said he liked about Joey Bart, in addition to that he thinks he's the whole package. He's big and strong, he's powerful, and he seems to be an excellent receiver. They love the way he calls the game, and unlike a lot of college catchers, he actually calls the pitches. A lot of coaches insist on calling all the pitches for their catchers, but Joey Bart has been calling his own pitches.
College baseball, it's rare that a catcher calls his own game.
Jake Lamb, the hitter, 1 on, 1 out. Wow, so close. 2-1. 3 infielders to the right of second. Only Longoria remains on the left side, and there you see how close that was.
Yes, missed by about an inch. It's a 50-50 pitch.
Chris Owings, a right-handed hitter, on deck. Pierce Johnson. That's a foul. Wow. I think that ball passed Pablo before he even heard the crack of the bat. It was faster than the speed of sound.
That was close to being fair.
From here, I thought it was fair.
So did I. Sandoval just no time for a step. He just kind of lunges for it. Boy, that was close.
2-2 the count. Very dangerous hitter, very powerful. Jake Lamb. And the curve is off the outside. 3-2. Nobody at third base for the Giants. They've got 3 infielders to the right of second, and Longoria is all the way over to shortstop now. Lamb has flied out to shallow right and walked. There you see how they're stacked up on the infield. High and foul off the left field line into the crowd.
95-mile-an-hour challenge. It's the beauty of a 6-run lead. I mean, you don't be walking anybody in these scenarios. But we get back to that point we're talking about when you're not out there for 8 days, it's easy to get rusty. And a long man or a middle reliever, you can't go and throw aside like a starter can to get to stay sharp. You have to save your arm for the game. So it's really a tough situation to be in.
3-2. And another foul. Now, I like to stay in the moment. The game that I'm involved in is my primary focus, but I still am a little bit excited about tomorrow night. Madison Bumgarner to return from the disabled list, make his first start of the year. He'll be up against Patrick Corbin. The Giants get their ace back tomorrow, 7:15. Center field, it's hanging, and whoa! It was hanging, and then it started sailing, and Gorky's just did. I think his arm may have gotten a little bit longer there, just in time.
Well, I mean, the line drive can be a dangerous play. I mean, it's a hard one to gauge. He breaks in, now he realizes, uh-oh. And now he's got to get back, and there's the full extension you're talking about with his glove hand. In this ballpark, you get carried to center, and even on line drives, it can affect the play. And this one almost goes over the head. As it is, sweet spot.
Had it all the way. Not.
Yeah.
Now that was a picture worth 1,000 words.
That was like, what the heck was that?
I never want to see that happen again.
Well, he's a stylish player, and he can look good on a fly ball, but that one right there, yeah, that was survival mode.
Chris Owings has had an infield hit, and he has struck out. 1-1. When I say he had an infield hit, did that get a piece of Buster again? I guess it did. They've given him a little time to shake another one off. But Owings got the infield hit only because Brandon Crawford made just a sensational diving snare of what looked like a sure hit to left field. And then Owings needed all of his speed to end up beating it out. And he's got a lot of speed. 2-1. 2 down, runner at first here in the 6th. 8-2 Giants. Bumgarner tomorrow, 7:15 against Corbin, and plenty of seats available. Day game on Wednesday, the end of the homestand, Wednesday at 12:45. Stratton versus Buckholz. Beauty.
Nice tight little cutter. 90 mile an hour with break moving away. Perfect location. Good luck trying to hit that.
And he struck him out.
Came right back with another one. Why not?
8-2 Giants. Top of the order coming up.
It's brought to you by the Northern California Ford dealers. Derek Rodriguez on Sunday got his first big league win. 6 strong innings, 1 earned run, a couple of walks, 6 strikeouts on 85 pitches. He was fantastic. And that is our smart play brought to you by your Northern California Ford dealers.
Joe Panic leads off for the Giants. This is Derek Rodriguez. A day to remember. First career win and his first career start. But it wasn't just that he got the win and pitched well. It was kind of how he did it. The kind of stuff that he showed out there. And as you pointed out after the game yesterday, Mike, he showed he had a pitch that we didn't really know that he had. He had pitched in Colorado, but always not that easy to throw a great breaking ball in Colorado. That ball is fouled down the right field line. 1-2 to Panic. Whoop.
Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. Yeah, he's feeling the heat. He knows the usher's coming.
That's your story, isn't it? Who was it? Herm Starrett, the pitching coach, came out to the mound and tripped and fell.
Oh, well, Norm Sherry. Look at this guy. Well, he didn't even get it. He gets dirty, and he doesn't get the ball. We were in Philadelphia, and Norm just got a pair of new shoes. They had rubber soles. And it was a day game in Philadelphia, and it was hot. I mean, they had a brand new turf, and just everything was stacking up against Norm. And he would come out there, and he had this loping stride. I mean, we always accused him of looking for dimes and nickels on his way out to the mound. And had like runners at first and second. hanging on to a 1-run lead, and I'm leaking oil. And here comes Norm Sherry, and he comes out and he gets right to the cut of the mound, and he stumbles and goes head first and slides, and he lands right below my feet. And he looks up at me in front of 27,000 people. He says, "You think anybody saw that?" I said, "I don't think so, Norm. I think you're okay." Next pitch, double play out of the inning. Greatest pep talk I ever got.
Joe Paddock down on strikes, 1 away. Treat your family and friends to the new Family Pack offer. 4 tickets plus $40 of food credit at concession stands. The new offer starts at only $99. There's no better way to spend your summer than right here at AT&T Park with the Giants. Go to sfgiants.com/family for those special Family Pack tickets. Buster Posey, high in the air, shallow right. And Owings gets there. Out number 2. Second baseman Marte was giving it a great try, but I don't think he was going to quite be able to get there. But Owings covered up. Andrew McCutchen coming up.
Well, this was a pretty impressive swing of the bat, and he takes a 2-seam fastball and just top spins it over the wall. And you just don't see that many balls hit out of the ballpark with topspin. I mean, we were impressed with his home run yesterday when he took a high breaking ball, knocked it over the wall in right field, just fair, inside the foul pole in right field. You don't see many home runs to right field from right-handers. And tonight, I think that was even more impressive with the topspin.
Owings. And the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down. Dwayne Kuiper will be back for the play-by-play in the 7th. The Giants are leading 8-2.
Local Toyota dealer through 6 full innings of play. Giants 8 runs on 8 hits. D-backs 2 runs on 4 hits. The big swings of the bat, home runs. McCutchen, Crawford, Sandoval, and the Giants really have flexed their muscles in that regard tonight. So it's 8-2, top of the 7th. Once again, my pal Dwayne Kuiper.
All righty. Here's Marte. Marte kind of golfs one pretty well into left center field, but Hunter Pence says, "I got this one," and he makes the catch.
I thought for one brief second it was going to be an "I got it, you take it."
That plus I'm starting to think Hunter's thinking this is his first day in the big leagues.
Yeah, he is indeed having fun.
He is having way too much fun.
Heads up, fella. Don't be going bumper cars out in the outfield now.
Nope. Here's Dyson. Healthy swing and a miss. Well, I got to tell you something. That fourth inning was fun.
How was it over there on the radio side?
We had disco lights going. It was unbelievable.
Fog machine?
Yep.
Not bad.
DC ordered some pizzas and we ate a couple cocktails even. It was great.
Nice.
1 ball and 1 strike. Out of play, 1-2. McCutcheon's home run was impressive, but Crawford is the one that was.
Yeah, opposite field, left center. That was
On a cool night.
Sandoval's was impressive. That
Yeah.
wasn't a bad pitch.
Was like inside, wasn't it?
Yeah, above the hands.
Very high, very wide, 2-2. And look, I'm sure that Derek Holland was not pleased to come out of the game, but Alan Hansen.
Well, I mean, Bruce Bochy roll the dice, and Alan Hansen makes him look good in a 2-strike count. Bases loaded double.
I saw about 8 breaking balls in a row. Got him.
So Gerard Dyson sent packing.
Bruce Johnson's got a pretty good curveball.
Well, he's got a little anger on it too. I mean, he comes into this outing with an ERA in the 6s, and he hadn't pitched for 8 days. So opportunity, you know, he's rested. Rested, not rusty. And that's the key.
So here's Negron, who was just activated today. And he doesn't waste any time. And this is hit out to McCutcheon. And that's going to be a quick inning for Johnson. Negron with a 1 pitch out. It remains 8-2 Giants.
That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. By Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV. And by Kelly Moore Paints. Go where the pros go. Kelly Moore, the painter's paint store.
Here's TJ McFarland throwing to Crawford, and Crawford fouls it out of play. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up in repair experts.
19th or 20th time that TJ McFarland has come into a game. 1.98 ERA. He's done well in that regard. 3-pitch guy, fastball, slider, changeup.
And a flare to left, and a fair ball. And did a fan touch that? Sorry, young man. Yep, that's not going to work either. I always feel bad. But I'll say this about Crawford. That's fouled in April.
Yeah, he couldn't buy a hit in April. Now, hottest man on the planet. And as hot as he was in May, he's been even hotter in June.
Here's Longoria, who shoots one foul down the right field line.
Our ball dude, Justin Crandall, had a chance for a backhander. 0 for 1. I will not touch the ball. I will not touch the ball. He has to write that 500 times on his text message.
High fly ball, left center field. It looks like it's going to be in the park, and on the warning track, it's Peralta who makes the catch.
All right, now it's time for Lowe's whole team together. And the win percentage at home, National League leaders. The Phillies are on top of the heap with a 19-9 home record. Giants right behind them, 17-10, and they are riding a 5-game home win streak. Brewers, Cardinals, D-backs, all part of that top 5, and that is our Lowe's whole team together. Haley Marin, her first game. Well, welcome,
Hey,
Haley.
way to go, Haley.
Atta babe.
Don't be a stranger. Here's Sandoval hitting right-handed, and he takes a strike. Hunter Pence on deck. And the pitch. Low.
This is the swing of the bat from Pablo Sandoval. The high fastball up and in that he just stays inside somehow and spanks it over the wall. That was fun to watch.
Indeed it was. He lines it into center field, a base hit. Here comes Crawford. Throw will go to second. It's 9-2. Sandoval's got another hit.
And another RBI. Giants came into tonight's ball game batting .262 as a team, ranking in second in the National League.
Well, that's 10 hits now tonight.
See Alonzo Powell, the hitting coach, loving it.
And a strike to Hunter Pence. And a strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes. Gorkis Hernandez on deck. And the pitch down and in. Oh, they're going to say Hunter Pence swung. That's too bad. I was kind of looking forward to seeing Hunter hit again.
Right, absolutely. After his last at bat when he hit the ball 110 miles per hour for a base hit. So did he go? Yeah. Yes, he did.
So here's Gorky Hernandez, and he takes wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Gorky's could not hold up. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Giants 9, Diamondbacks 2 here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, Randy Johnson's here.
It was on this date. Maybe you guys talked about it. In 2009, he won career number 300. Hit up the middle. And a backhanded flip and a nice play to end the 7th. The big unit. He's a good dude. Didn't like him for a long time, though.
By the authority of the San Francisco Giants may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Corey Guerin's the new pitcher. Giants are leading 9-2 as we go to the 8th inning. It'll be the top of the order, Nick Ahmed. What the problem is back here.
27th time he's taken the ball. Been a workhorse this first couple months of the season. Going to try and do what Pierce Johnson did, Reyes Maranta did, put up zeros.
And a call strike.
Pierce Johnson threw the ball well down there. He hadn't been out there in 8 days.
Yeah, he went on that road trip. He's a great cheerleader. Low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, he took the challenge. I mean, you could spend 7-8 days not getting a ball game. You always worry about what type of command you have, what type of feel you have. But he was great. Didn't show any rust at all, despite walking the very first guy.
2 balls and 1 strike. It's 9-2. On the ground towards the hole. Longoria will do the 360 and throw him out as Sandoval digs it out.
Well, he just took a hit away from Nick Ahmed. This is full extension to his left. Uses every bit of that glove, 360. And a nice dig out of the dirt from Pablo Sandoval on the back end. That's just great range. I mean, that ball was hit sharply. And Abed runs well. 4 steps, full stride, and do a 360.
See if Peralta can get through it at bat without banging one off of his leg. 1 ball and no strikes. And I guess if there was any pitcher on the staff other than Dyson, this is a guy you'd have to worry about as far as getting a pitch that would bore in on you and foul off your foot. He's done it 3 times tonight. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It is, you know, you can't even explain how that feels because, you know, you're not thinking about it, concentrating to hit the ball, then you take a good swing, and a lot of those times those guys that hit the ball off their feet or their shins, they hit it well. They barrel it up. And then you just get this pain from some other planet.
That's true.
Unexpected. Surprise pain.
1 ball and 2 strikes. And it's low. 2-2.
I mean, don't you have just to throw 1 slider down and in just to stay in shape? See if you can foul it off his foot again.
If you want to be truly really mean, yeah. 2-2. Like that one.
There it was.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, as you're well aware, it is draft day. The Tigers have the first overall pick, and they chose Casey Mize out of Auburn University. Now, he will have that title, first overall pick for the rest of his life. And, you know, we've worked with one of those guys, our very own Sean Dunston, the first overall pick in 1982. The Cubs drafted him. I spent a little time with Sean talking about it, and he said, of course, it's an honor, but it also comes with a lot of pressure. He said he always had a target on his back. When he went to minors, he really felt it, that the guys kind of looked at him saying, this is the #1 draft pick. There is no room for error. And Mike, you talked about that when you got traded to the Giants. You kind of felt like you had that target too. It's a tough burden to bear, guys.
Yeah, but a fun one.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really fun if you're the #1 pick in the country because you got a big bank account.
Yeah, it's true. #2's not bad either.
No.
There's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
But you're right about being the #1 pick. Anytime you played against the #1, it didn't even have to be the #1 in the country. Just be the #1 pick for an organization. You were trying extra hard against that guy.
One and 2.
And that's the mark on your back. But it definitely gave you some attitude. Some guys can't handle it.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, yeah. First game. It's a proud pop.
Out of play. 2-2. Well, you can enhance your next game day experience with the MLB Ballpark app. You can manage your tickets, enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, Download the MLB Ballpark app. Give it a try. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Three and 2.
Hey, Steph Curry's here.
Three and 2. Got him.
Well, don't miss Giants Outsiders. Giants coverage is not over after the postgame show. Grant Brisbee and Therese Vignal bring you a fresh take on the game and the season on Giants Outsiders tonight after postgame live.
Here's Murphy. Murphy is 0 for 3. Base hit. Murphy with a solid single into right field. 5th hit for the D-backs. And here's Lamb.
So a little meeting on the mound to discuss signs with the runner at second base. Who's got the best seat in the house?
Yep. And the pitch. 1 ball and no strikes. And a strike to even the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lamb hit a line drive that nearly sailed over the head of Gorkis Hernandez, but Gorkis made an adjustment and reached up at the last second and made the catch.
Corey Garrett's throwing hard. That was 94 miles per hour. So many guys with a high sidearm delivery heating it up 94. Just a handful.
Two and 2.
Take a little off, gets the swing through. As soon as Jake Lamb swung at that, he looked at Guerin right away as if to say, what was that? Is that a new pitch?
Three and 2. Runners will be on the move. And a base hit. Coming in to score will be Peralta. And it's now 9-3.
So the walk that was issued to Peralta comes back to haunt Corey Guerin. And that was just a mistake. That was the last thing he wanted to do with a 7-run lead, but it has come back to bite him. So Kurt Young is going to come out, calm his frustrated pitcher down. And Sam Dyson heads down.
We talked about Randy Johnson, and in 2009 on this date, he won his 300th career game. Remember, he injured himself on this play, and consequently he didn't pitch for a long time after that win, but he did have his whole gang there, and it was one of the coldest and wettest afternoons we've spent anywhere. Here's Owings, and a foul back, and it's 0-1.
Well, he was really fun to get to know because, I mean, he was completely opposite what you imagined him being when you looked at him as an opponent on another team, and then all of a sudden he joins the Giants. And I mean, he was a guy that loved baseball. He nonstop talk about baseball, loved photography. Very interesting guy. Good teammate.
0-2. Owings 1 for 3. This is going to be a long run for Sandoval and McCutchen, and it's out of play.
There you go. And she brought her glove.
Yeah.
Bring your glove, you get a ball.
Good things happen if you bring your glove.
Child's being raised correctly. Nice going, Mom and Dad. All right, our ball dude, Redeemer. Justin Crandall, out of bed. Rick, his dad, on the other side of the field, he's still looking for his first play. He's ready.
He is ready.
Let's take a look at the flat frisbee. Just kind of hangs up there at the belt. Posey had wanted that thing off the plate away with that 0-2 count. I mean, that's just a mistake to location. So Guerin gets away with a high one. And I think that was the message that Buster Posey brought out to him.
Look, I don't want to add any suspense to this game, but the Giants only have one more mound visit. Get on the ground, foul. I mean, that could get a little tricky here.
Oh, we haven't seen
the punishment.
What is the punishment? No cartoons on Saturday?
That's it. No bacon on Wednesday when you get to the park.
So Rick Crandall's making a new friend.
And that'll end the inning. Giants are coming up.
It's a 7 o'clock game. Pregame live starts at 6 right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. And you can watch the pregame show live from Willie Mays Plaza. The first 500 fans will get a collector edition Evan Longoria cheer card and an authentic Giant fan baseball t-shirt. And inside the park, you get a special 2-for-1 hot dogs at all Doggy Diner locations. Giveaways start at 5 p.m.
Here's Hundley. Hundley takes low. Hundley's waited all night for this. Ty Block getting loose in the bullpen. Hundley takes outside from McFarland. See the numbers? Pretty good numbers for a backup catcher. 5 home runs, 15 driven in. Hooks this one down the line and out of here. Make it 6 home runs.
Why not? Now he just goes down and yanks the inside location. And he's sitting on a 2-0 count. He knows McFarland's got to come into him. Boom. And they got out of here in a hurry.
Yeah, he's one guy that's not afraid to get the head out. Here's Panic. An odd game for Joe Panic. He doesn't have a hit. He's 0 for 3.
Be a good look right here as he just goes in and inside outs this thing. That was a screamer. It was over 100 miles an hour going out of here.
Panic over the mound, and Marte and Ahmed screened each other off. And a base hit for Joe Panic.
Well, I don't think that's one that Joe Panic was figuring out getting.
He's not going to give it back, that's for sure.
And I look like there's the Marte comes over and screens out Ahmed like you're talking about. I mean, Nick Ahmed's not a guy who's going to whiff. But he just gets blocked off and couldn't see it.
Buster's got 2 hits tonight. And he rolls it foul. Oh man, they're not going to give Panic a hit on that.
He didn't touch the ball. No, that's going to get changed. I'm not changing.
Yeah, I'm not breaking out any racer for that at all. Yeah, that's a bad call. Posey rolls it foul, 1-2.
Yeah, I don't agree with that call. Matt Chisholm, Giants, he's in charge of Giants PR. He'll be talking about that.
2-2.
Of course, the protocol's changed a little bit. Before, you could openly go up and talk to an official scorer. Dave Feldman is the official scorer tonight.
Posey with a check swing foul.
Let's take a look at Nick Hundley in the 4D. Going down and just yanking a middle in cut fastball. That felt good.
Buster Posey out of play.
Oh yeah. There's your reward. Sticking around.
Foul again. McFarland came in the 7th. Gave up a run. Gives up the run on the Hundley home run here in the 8th. This will be pitch number 26. And it's in the dirt. It's 3-2. On the ground to third. That's 1 and 2. So double play ball. And the hitter will be McCutcheon.
Let's take a look at the stats on the home run from Hundley. Just how hard was it? Well, it was over 100. It was 101.2. And 22 degrees. I mean, that's just a line drive.
So we have a new pitcher coming in. It's 10-3 Giants.
Well, a maintenance inning for Brad Boxberger. He's the closer. He's got 13 on the year. He's having a solid season. 27 strikeouts against 9 walks in 20 innings. And he's basically a fastball changeup guy. But had pitched in 5 or 6 days, so run him out there.
Here's McCutcheon. 1 for 4, and that one hit. A home run down the left field line, and the first pitch is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. And a strike. It was Godley who started, and he could not get out of the 4th. Swing, gonna miss. 1 and 2.
There's a slider. An occasional slider. Doesn't throw very often, about 3 times per every 100 pitches. But it was a pretty good one.
And that'll end the inning. So we'll go to the 9th. And before we do that, Hundley with his pinch hit home run. It's bye-bye baby. It's 10-3. We'll be back. On the first pitch, Marte bounces to Crawford. The pitch came from Ty Block. 1 out here in the 9th.
Well, let's take a look at that pitch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Hit it to the Gold Glover. Let him make a play. And we always like to watch a replay of Brandon Crawford.
Here's Dyson, who takes a strike.
So Ty Block, who has been moved from the rotation into the bullpen, coming in out of the pen for the first time tonight. For Block, a 4-pitch guy and a quick worker. Strike thrower. All the things you want from a guy who can swing, start, or work out of the bullpen.
There's a swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The inning for the Giants. The happy inning for the Giants is the 4th, where they scored 7 times. And a little bit high.
I'm into happy innings.
Yeah.
7. They haven't done that since 2016.
Hit up the middle and a base hit. So Dyson with a hit.
Well, I like what you saw right there. I mean, if you're Ty Block, I mean, this is your inning. I know it's a 10-3 ball game, ball up the middle, but you look back and you see Joe Panic diving for it.
Dive. Yep, you like to see it. Here's Devin Marrero.
Pitchers do.
That hit the 7th in the game for the D-backs. Marrero is hitting 180, and he rolls this one to Crawford, to Panic, to Sandoval, and that, my friends, is the ball game. So game 1 in this series goes to the Giants. They pick up a full game on the first place Arizona Diamondbacks. The Giants break the Diamondbacks winning streak, and they continue the winning streak on their own. They've now won 5 straight. Nice game for the Giants.
Well, and the offense again. I mean, they are so confident right now. As we mentioned, they came into this game ranked 2nd in team batting average, and it's up and down the lineup. There's all kinds of threat. Now they're getting an opportunity, and they're jumping on that opportunity. That is the opportunity that creates space. That's good to see with this Giants offense.
All right, final score here at AT&T Park: the Giants 10 and the Diamondbacks 3. Thanks for joining us. You can stay tuned now for Giants postgame live, presented by Toyota, which starts now.